Hello and welcome to Mind Behind the Mouth, a place where we will be taking you on a journey through topics that we get easily interested in and overly passionate about. Alright, Mind, what's today's totally tubular topic?
Today's topic deals with things such as finding comfort and serenity in one's nature.
Oh, cool. Growing up on the Widow West Coast sounds like it could be a good bit of fun.
And how do you feel about exploration in that nature and uncovering ancient mysteries?
Yeah, of course, man. I love a good mystery.
And how about that feeling of deep emptiness as you look further and further, searching for some semblance of meaning in life so you know it's all worth it, but all you keep finding is evidence that you're just one of many but a small speck in a cosmic starry sandstorm, and no matter what you do, you'll always be one of the many infinite star specks caught up in the eternal dance of life and death, and in beginning over and over.
You drinking again? This is
the Outer Wilds.
This video will contain light spoilers, but I will be avoiding all major mysteries and big reveals.
Timber Hearth is home. And not just because it's where your player character starts, but because of the way that this planet is able to convey that emotion. Yeah. The Hearth has a warmth that you don't find on any of the other planets. And of course it's obvious because there's living creatures here. From the children that are running around playing hide and go seek, to the old woodworker who's making instruments for the next explorer. From ruins in the mountains, to a seed that is taken hold and quite stubborn to get rid of. And a planet core that has 0G, allowing you to get in tune with all of the mechanics of the game in a fun and interesting way.
Yeah, imagine a nightly dance of passion in that baby.
You're wearing spacesuits.
Yeah.
There's plenty to discover on this beautifully forested planet. And just enough breadcrumbs to put you on an even bigger mystery. The Hearthians are a people fueled by curiosity. Even their most timid member is off on a dangerous exploration on another planet in space.
The best planet.
They are a people of innovation and discovery. But they are also a people of love and community. I think the village is a perfect start for this exploration game. From the way that it intertwines the gameplay mechanics in a beautifully story-driven way, but also it teaches you to just slow down and enjoy playing hide and go seek with the kids. Learn about the old woodworker making an instrument before she probably dies. But it teaches you that the journey is just as important as the destination, because it's all part of the same thing. And just fucking enjoy it, man. Right?
Yeah.
Giant's Deep is the first planet I visited in this game, and it is also the first planet I immediately noped the fuck out of. Now I have grown quite terrified of the ocean's deep. I grew up along the ocean's edge as a child, not a problem. Stationed in Hawaii, surfed, cliff dive, not a problem. But the older I get, and the more mysterious that the ocean grows, just the more terrified I am of it. It's huge. What the fuck? There could be so much down there. You know what? No, it's just not. I'm not going there now. I don't even play ocean games on my gaming channel. I've had it for 6 years. 0 ocean games on that channel. Doesn't happen. It terrifies the fuck out of me. Off topic. So when I broke through that thick wall of rotating clouds, and I saw an endless ocean and terrifying hurricanes to the skies. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, to the skies. I decided I'm gonna go do my exploring on another planet. But I knew sooner or later I'd be drawn back to the massive Giant's Deep. So Giant's Ocean has an extremely strong current that acts as a kind of like barrier to its core that is nigh impenetrable. So good luck trying to get through that puppy, and have fun spending time under the water trying to puzzle it together. But for those who don't want to be underwater, don't worry. There's a few little islands that are just floating around like tiny little life rafts. And you can get on one of those, start exploring. But you'll soon realize that there's no like anchor on these planets. So as soon as one of these hurricanes comes flying by, and they will, we're gonna take that island and just throw it into space with you on it. No care to you.
Tossing islands into orbit like a galactic juggler.
Yeah, well said. Alright, Ash and Ember. What fun concepts for two planets. These two planets are orbiting so close to one another that their gravitational pull is basically reaching in and taking resources from each other. So as one is filled with sand, the other starts to take this sand and it fills up all of its empty crevices. And then as that one fills, I'm imagining it goes right back to the other way. Kind of just trading off. And it's just doing this like nice little cosmic dance. Like a planetary hourglass.
Like sands through an hourglass. So too, these are the days of our lives.
Man, I love that show.
Yeah, she did.
You will find your experience exploring these two planets vastly different and just wildly insane. Where on one hand, it's a very fast-paced, run against the clock, trying to see what you can, explore these ever-filling caverns as the sand tries to like pressure its way up and just block passages, and it's a maze through the darkness and trying to find the right path, and all the while sand is filling these crevices and basically just pushing closer and closer to the cavern ceiling unless you find the right path to the safe space. While on the other hand, it's a waiting game. You're sitting here waiting for the path to be revealed before you. So you kind of just have to slow down, enjoy the journey, because it's all part of the destination. So you spend your time kind of just goofing off, exploring, landing your ship, walking away for a minute, and turning around, then watching a giant sand column come rushing up and reaching down, grabbing your closest friend in the game, and yoinking it right up into the frickin' sand column like it just doesn't care, leaving you with one feeling.
Well said!
Yeah, pretty much. So without any hesitation, you jump for your ship, because it is your only companion in this game. Like, you don't have anyone you're traveling around with, but this ship is at first a tool, and then slowly becomes its own little character that you care for. And every little minor thing that happens to it you have to fix, like not out of necessity, but because you can't imagine your ship being that damaged. And if you park in the wrong spot and your ship becomes launched into space or onto another planet, guess who's fixing that? It's me, man. I ain't gonna let you do it yourself. I'm coming, man. I'm coming. Too much. I know it's just a ship. Brittle Hollow is my favorite planet. I think this planet is just such a fun concept and even a funner place to explore. The lava-filled volcanic moon of Brittle Hollow is constantly orbiting and launches asteroids that turn into meteors and then meteorites and crash down into the already ever-weakening surface of this planet. To the point where if it happens enough, a section can lose all structural integrity and you'll just be exploring this planet, meteors coming down, and structural integrity hits zero, and all of a sudden the ground beneath your feet is just taken from you and dislodges from the surface and starts to fall towards an awaiting black hole that acts as the core of this planet. Yeah. Brittle Hollow? Fucking awesome. So then you start to make your way down under the surface and begin to forget about the dangers of the moon and the crashing meteors as you see that there's buildings hanging from the ceiling of this giant empty cavern with a black hole in the center. You're like, wow. And it's beautiful. It's so amazing here that like you really do kind of lose your sense of urgency as you explore these buildings that are just hanging like stalactites. Stalagmites? One of them. And you really just kind of forget about all the dangers as you explore from building to building and gathering up all this knowledge as you can. And then all of a sudden, you feel a little shift. Think it's weird? You look out the window, and you start to see the rest of Brittle Hollow seems to be just rushing on by. And it's right then, a realization hits deep in your stomach.
Are we falling?
Yeah, that one. Panic sets in as you start to look for an exit, and you realize that the building you're in is dislodged from the surface, and you are now hurtling towards the black hole at the bottom, and you try to race against time to make sure that you are not the next victim of the hollow. Dark Bramble.
Fuck this place.
Yeah, that's apt description. Fuck it. I hate it. Dark Bramble is a gnarly plant-like planet that has these kind of spiky circle entrances all around it, filled with this just dense fog that you really can't see into except for a few lights, so you really just kind of got to push on in, slowly. This is a vicious planet that punishes those who do not know its inner workings, and even those that do. It sucks. It's a really scary planet, especially if you have a fear of thalassophobia. Fear of thalassophobia? If you have thalassophobia, that one. But for those cunning enough to reverse this fucking fear, you will find satisfying knowledge and a rich planetary concept. Just masked in a whole load of shit. Ooh, the music. The music is how I get to replay and relive this game. Outer Wilds is a game that is it's a knowledge-based game. You are continually trying to figure out how to get to the next step by like learning the step to get there. And the more you learn, the more you uncover. You don't unlock any new tools. Like everything you start with is everything you'll end with in this game, aside from the knowledge you pick up. So you can beat the game once you know everything right away. You just take your knowledge and go. Unfortunately, that does mean once you have the knowledge, playing this game like the first time is impossible, and it is gone. But there is something about that music, even years after touching this game. As soon as I start to hear that beat, it takes me right back. And baby, I love it. This music has found a way to really just reach into the feeling of this game, and it really kind of just does such a good job of setting that atmosphere and just letting you exist in this like universe. And it is a calming and relaxing and home and bittersweet, and it perfectly conveys all of these motions and meanings, and everything that this game sets up is so beautifully tied up in every single fucking track on this game. It slaps, baby. Too much. The whole house is asleep. I shouldn't have done that. I recognize that now. We're going to move on from music before I continue to get too hyped. This game, as you can tell, is quite special to me. I had played this game years ago, and it still has never left my heart, and I don't think it ever will. This is one of the few games that I don't like to call it a game. It is an interactive art form. And what it has done for me is unlike any other game in this sea of games I've ever played. This game just completely changed my perspective on everything little in my life. There's so much to discover in this amazingly beautiful game, and it never tells you explicitly what to explore. Yes, there's a ship log that kind of tracks everywhere you've been, but it's almost as if there's no guide, right? There's no, hey, you have to go look at this and then this. It's honestly, you see a spot, you're like, I want to explore this right now, and you get to go explore that. Like, it is absolutely free form, and it is beautiful in the way that there is no hand-holding here, and it just says, here's the experience, do with it what you will. But sometimes you don't know where to go, and you don't know what to do, and that is okay, and the game likes to let you know it's okay. Just go have fun, go explore, enjoy the moment, take part in the journey, slow down. You're gonna get to your destination. Why not make it a fun one, huh? When you get there, have something to talk about. Sometimes in life, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what to do next. And we start to feel flustered and frazzled, or maybe even like we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And it was this game that kind of just helped me put that into perspective and helped me rationalize that it's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to not know what's gonna happen next, as long as you're here for it. When I first started playing this game, we were expecting our first baby girl. And man, was I terrified as hell. I had no idea what I was gonna do. I didn't know how to pick a girl's cute outfit. I didn't know how to do a girl's cute hair. I don't know how to relate to every little girl's situation that she's gonna be in and comes to me for help with. And that's okay. I may not have been in all of her situations, but the important part is that I'm going to be there to try and give my best. I'm gonna try and pick out the cutest outfit. I'm gonna do what I can to learn how to do girls' hair. And I'm gonna do what I can to relate to the situations that she's in and listen to her and just be a part of her journey to help her to her destination. I don't know what joys and struggles the future holds for me, but I do know, due to this little interactive art piece of a game, that I have a completely different outlook on the unknown. And I'm quite excited to see what my journey brings me to my destination. So if you've yet to experience this masterpiece of a game, please, I highly recommend The Outer Wilds.